They went to Plymouth Rock when she was 8, when they were visiting Massachusetts. She had just been told that this is where the great men who started America had landed, and they were so brave. And she's writing this now in her early 20s when she's at university at Harvard. And she says, I idealized them as the bravest and most generous men that ever sought a home in a strange land. I thought they desired the freedom of their fellow men as well as their own. I was keenly surprised and disappointed years later to learn of their acts of persecution that tingle us with shame, even when we glory in the courage and energy that gave us our country beautiful. So this is somebody who is romantic, like falling in love with ideas of these great men and their great deeds. But then as soon as she is confronted with a narrative that at least gives it another dimension of some of the terrible things they did, she's willing to abandon her other narrative and complicate it,
Yes. I like that. Not even abandon, because you need not abandon, but like incorporate it into your narrative. That goes back to the conversation again. And a lot of times so she is the recipient of this new information, and what I notice is, like, based on whether you have like a personal agenda that you may or may not know of, or a fear or a trauma, or you have an attachment, you have an ego thing. It's all these ways that you don't receive the information. You just put up a block, or you find a way to put it away. You say, well, that's a outlier, and you put it into a thing, as opposed to incorporating it and saying, okay, this is now a new reality that I have to deal with.
Yeah. And I think I agree with that. And I think just to wrap up kind of Helen's opening to the world, this is a quote from her. She said, "I lived myself into all things." And I've had that just like going around in my head over and over again ever since then.